Hello there. The weather's looking pretty unsettled for the next couple of days. We're going to see quite a lot of rain in places, a risk of some localised flooding too. And it's all because of one area of low pressure which is expected to hang around for Thursday and Friday, even into Saturday morning before it eventually fizzles out.
There's plenty of water coming out of the sky today, and at the moment, certainly. In fact, there's lots of flood warnings in force across parts of southern, southeastern England and also around Aberdeenshire and Angus, something to be aware of. It's also a foggy start to the day in Northern Ireland. Some freezing fog here, there's some frost as well, and some frost also across western Scotland.
I think you've got a picture to paint for us this morning. What have you got?
Wow. Well, look at this. This tells the story, doesn't it? Good morning, everybody. It is going to be wet and windy for the next few days. But first thing this morning, if you're in Northern Ireland and you're travelling, there's some dense fog around. And as well as that, there's some frost. So we've got some freezing fog. There's also some frost in Scotland.
There is no shortage of water coming from up there this morning either, is there, Carol? There's plenty of it.
Absolutely right, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. In fact, if I show you some of the rainfall totals we've had in the 12 hours up until 6 o'clock this morning, Aboyne in Aberdeenshire has had 23 millimetres, getting close to an inch. Wisley in Surrey, 13 millimetres, over half an inch. So if you're travelling, bear that in mind.
I'm very mindful this morning as we sit here indoors, and there you are, just indoors there. Kevin Sinfield is out in the rain this morning. We saw it earlier on. It's hammering down in some parts of the UK, isn't it, this morning?
It absolutely is torrential in some parts of the UK this morning. And just to go back to Doha for a second, the temperature today and tomorrow is likely to be 32 Celsius. The average at this time of year is 30. But as we head into the start of the tournament on Sunday and the early part of next week, temperatures drop down to 27 or 28 degrees. But back to us, back to the rain. You can see one of our weather watchers sent us this picture a little bit earlier from Kent. Thank you to Liam, who's one of our regular weather watchers. Good morning, everybody. This morning, there's some dense fog to watch out for in Northern Ireland. There's also some frost here. There's some frost in western Scotland. But for most of us, it is a cloudy, wet and windy start to the day. The rain may well have kept you awake overnight. This is one of our weather watchers' pictures taken recently in Edinburgh. You can see the rain hammering down.
Heavy rain and flooding have caused transport problems in the south of England overnight.
Let's take you through some of the details, show you some of the pictures as well. M23 in Sussex closed between junctions 10 and 11. Around 20 cars became stuck in floodwater near Chichester. Reopened at 8 o'clock this morning. We also know the rail line from Lewis to Haywards Heath was also blocked.
So I think the warning being that although it's happened this morning, beware if you are heading out and about today, because Carol, I don't think you're going to cheer us up that much in terms of like whether the rain's going to dissipate throughout the day.
I'm not really, Naga. No, you're quite right. Good morning, everybody. To give you an idea of how much rainfall has fallen in the 24 hours up until 6 o'clock this morning, Shoreham, Thorney Island and Wiganholt are all in West Sussex. So we've had a deluge. And in fact, the Environment Agency have 37 flood alerts in force at the moment, which means flooding is imminent. And as we look at Aboyne, that's in Aberdeenshire, Kew Gardens in London and Morpeth in Northumberland, we still have a lot of rain to come. I should say flooding is expected rather than imminent. The next few days we are looking at further rainfall. It's going to be windy as well. Most of us will see this at some stage. We've had some heavy rain this morning because of low pressure. This is the centre of the low pressure with the rain rotating around it. And we've got a weather front producing rain in Scotland and showers coming in across parts of Northern Ireland and also into the southwest, but brightening up in Pembrokeshire, as you can see from our weather watchers picture. However, there will be some frost to start the day on Saturday in Northern Ireland and also southern England. And can you believe this, Naga and Charlie? It is the time of year across the mountains of Scotland and the North Pennines. We could see some snow on Sunday morning as well.
Can you imagine it? I don't mind because we are in November now and we had that odd spell of very, very mild weather. So yes. I almost feel, I don't like the rain, but almost feel ready to see a bit of snow.
That's good. I'm glad. We've got all the elements.
That was a good conversation between us, Carol, wasn't it?
I
love banter when it works well, don't you?
Yeah, doesn't it? It's just,
great.
It's the whole rapport we have, hey? It's fabulous.
You always make me laugh, though, Naga. Whatever. And
yeah, but you're laughing at me, Carol. That's the problem, isn't it?
Of course I'm not. Definitely with you.
Carol, have a lovely weekend. See you soon.
Thank you, you too.